Hello everybody and welcome back to another Deep Ogre review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Transformers Kingdom Optimus Primal. I cannot wait to take a look at this figure, and I for one think this is on par with Earthrise Optimus. They are tied for number one in my top 10 of 2020. I'm not even kidding you. This figure is utterly amazing, and I cannot wait to show you guys why I think this and how I think this. Anyway, first off, let's take a look at the trading card he came with and his accessories. So for his only weapon accessories, we have the Cyber Swords. Obviously, they are molded in this dark navy kind of blue, and they have the coat of silver paint slapped on them. They look pretty good, pretty show accurate. I always thought it was kind of dumb how the handle looks like it goes all the way up to here. I don't know why you would trade more handle for more sword. I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe it's some actual technique that people use. Who knows? I don't. That's the thing. But they look really good, really show accurate. I really like the sculpting. I think they could have used a little bit more highlights on the handles and everything, but other than that, it's just utterly fantastic. And as for the collector's card he came with, I have two of these Dinobots. He came with the Dinobot card. So obviously it's just holographic sticker on top of a holographic card. I mean, they're trading cards. You could do really whatever you want with them. Shove them up your ass, tack them to your wall, stick them to your wall, put them with your Pokemon cards. Dinobot, I choose you. Fucking sacrifice yourself. As for Optimus Primal's detail himself, you have a very, very nice head sculpt with a lot of detail. The Optimus Prime reminiscent helmet and everything. You have that forehead crest with the side things coming out. They do not move like on the Masterpiece figure. You have the red eyes, the shoulder cannons, which do have siege blast ports, so you can plug those on. You might see a glob of paint right there. That's because, well, I fucked up during transformation, and I scuffed a whole buttload of his mask paint off. And so I just kind of hastily put that on there, so it kind of looks like crap, but at the same time, it's better than a long streak of blue in the middle of the white. The mouth also looks really good. You can obviously see where the mask would come down or around or something. However it happens in the show, I'm actually watching Beast Wars right now on my TV. So overall, I think the detail on this guy is super show accurate for a more realistic. I'm so glad that Hasbro didn't go with the rumor of the flocked Beast Wars figures, because the rumor initially was that Primal and I think Cheetor were going to be flocked, and that would have sucked ass. If you don't know what flocked is, it's like this weird fluffy fur type shit. It would have sucked ass in transformation and everything. So I'm glad that didn't happen at all, and the sculpting detail on these guys is amazing. Yes, I say these guys because I also have Cheetor. Just the sculpting detail on the fur and everything is just amazing. I guess on a gorilla it would be hair, wouldn't it? I don't know. You can see kind of the sides of the chest on each side poking out here, hinting at the gorilla. You have his flat panel chest with that kind of T-shaped look, and then all of this paint here is metallic, and around it is silver and then gray, and then a darker gray for the centerpiece with some red dots. 3 red dots in the middle, very show accurate, very nice attention to detail. You have the white on the bicep with the red U coming across on both arms, and you have a, I want to say metallic blue in the joint right here, which is pretty spiffy looking if you ask me. You have some more of that fur detail coming around over the Sid the Sloth looking fucking crotch plate. I mean, seriously, look at this dude. Look at this dude. You have some thighs, some very nice thighs. I must say, a complaint I have is that the thighs rub into the crotch, and the white paint gets rubbed off really badly. If you could already tell, it's pretty much already happening on mine. I've only had them for like, not even 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours, and it's already that bad, so yikes. Just be careful when moving the legs. I was very careful, but apparently that got me fucking nowhere. You have some nice silver for his Sid the crotch plate looking ass. You have fur on the side of his thighs, knees. I'm Eddie Burback in this bitch. Red knees. You have some fur for his calves coming down to his feet. You have those weird gorilla toes at the back, so it looks like some weird cyborg type shit, which is in reality what Beast Wars are. What all the Beast Wars characters really are. But you do have that foot, that toe with the infamous piston, which actually does move, and I really like that detail. I think almost every Optimus Primal has had that piston move when you move the foot. That brings me back to the old mission days of fucking Mech Tech and Transformers Prime and shit, the good old days of Dark of the Moon, when all you had to worry about was, first grade homework, coloring sheets and stuff, It brings me back to that time in my life, I'm saying a lot. Holy shit. But overall, I really like the detail on this guy. It very, very much pleases my inner boy. That's a joke stolen from Jobby the Hong. Classic Jobby the Hong. Anyway, let's move into articulation. So for articulation, there is a ball joint up at the head. He can look up about that far, down about that far, but there is no tilt, really, to my knowledge. I can't really get it to tilt, but there is a swivel. The guns do hinge, but that's more for transformation. Arm could go up about that far, down about that far, bicep swivel, full 360. Butterfly joint only goes up about that far. Single jointed elbow goes out or goes up really far. I really like that. Damn. You have some wrist swivel, finger hinges. If you move this butt flap a little bit down, you can do a good waist swivel. Leg kick up about that far. And if you move the ass flap back again, you can get it back about that far. Or kick out about that much, and a double jointed knee. This piece is supposed to be plugged into the kneecap, so it's supposed to just move this joint, which is hard. I wish that this had a tighter connection than it actually does, but whatever. It's a $30 toy. What do you want? You're not going to get masterpiece level of shit. I mean, seriously, this is the same problem that people have with masterpieces. So, I mean, you're getting pretty much the same quality. Knee can go up about 90 degrees, and his foot can go, or his toe bend does go up and back down, and he does have a little bit of ankle pivot, just a tiny bit. So, before we get into size comparisons, we do have some features with the figure. You can remove his swords, and he does have some weapon storage. So you can just peg him into his back, porthole right there, and obviously you have slots on each side. So you can plug them in right there, and he looks good with them plugged in. Another thing is obviously your Optimus Primal does not come with any handheld weapons because he doesn't have any in the show, right? So he comes with his little what are they? Forearm cannon type things. They are on a hinge. They can hinge that far up and that far down. So you do have those two things that are really nice with the figure, really posable, really playable. You get a lot of playability in this with this guy, in my opinion. So, going on into size comparisons. Here he is next to my custom Siege Megatron, and my tied for first place favorite action figure of 2020, Earthrise Optimus Prime. Here he is next to some of the small boys. Here he is next to the Kingdom Core Class Optimus, which is my last Kingdom review, and my Transformers Netflix Bumblebee. Here he is next to the Transformers Kingdom Cheetor, and my next Kingdom review, the Transformers Kingdom Black Arachnia. They look really good together, in my opinion. They all look super good. I do have Megatron and Rat Trap on pre-order from BBTS. I also got these two from BBTS. To my knowledge, Black Arachnia is back on pre-order. I was lucky enough to get that small window when she was in stock, and Cheetor is still in stock on BBTS, but I will do more on that in their own reviews. Now let's go on back to Transformation. Clearly, this dude's transformation is not that difficult. I did it in less than 40 seconds. I did it in less than a minute. It's super easy once you get to know the figure itself. You can put him down, not like Harambe, but you can put him down into a more crawling type pose. As a regular ape would be in. The bad thing is that these covers for the shoulder pads don't cover up all of his, white and red. So you kind of have to be careful and move only the wrist when you're moving the arm. So put him on his knuckles like a proper ape, and you can do a bunch of really nice poses. I always thought that this guy would look good next to a Godzilla figure, so for size comparison, let me bring in a Godzilla figure. So here he is next to the Godzilla 1989 from NECA, one of the last NECA Godzillas ever. And yeah, they don't look too bad together. I mean, it could be a customization for somebody. I kind of want to buy another one, just have a good King Kong to scale with my Godzilla and my other kaiju on my Godzilla kaiju shelf type stuff, So, yeah, if you guys, that's another idea for Godzilla fans. If you're not into Beast Wars or Transformers, get it because it might be a good King Kong fighter. Who knows? If I had to nitpick a little bit, he can't look forward without looking like a fucking dweeb. Yeah, obviously this figure was meant to be on all fours, but even then, it's hard to maneuver his back legs and this to get covered his back legs, his thighs, and everything. So, I mean, it's a win. It's pretty much just a lose-lose, whatever you do with this guy. I want to try and come in, maybe with another one just to experiment, see if I can break this off, raise it a little bit, and have it look like an actual, ape. But other than that, he obviously can still hold his swords. That ability is not gone. And obviously the ability to retract or deploy his wrist or his forearm launchers isn't gone. So I mean, you can have some Planet of the Apes type shit going on over here. Fucking, I can't even remember. I've never seen a Planet of the Apes movie. The reason I was in the fucking movie theater and I saw the trailer for it back in 2011. I was watching DOTM in the movie theater, and I saw that trailer, and it scarred me ever since. Anyway, let's get into my final thoughts. Overall, my final thoughts is that this guy is utterly amazing. He is tied for number one in my top 10 of this year. He is just that fraggin' good. Even if you have a passing interest in Beast Wars, please do yourself a favor and pick this guy up. Please. That is all I ask, because he is so good, so utterly good. He is my favorite out of the Kingdom line so far, and I cannot wait to get Beast Wars Megatron and Rat Trap, and hopefully they do the Tigatron and they do everything else that we need in Beast Wars to complete the team. You know, this figure makes me want every season one character. I'm a season one fan, but he's so good. He's just utterly amazing. You can pull off some great poses with him. He looks great with the other Kingdom Beasts so far. I just think you guys definitely need to pick him up. In my book, he's a 100 out of 10. 10s across the board, baby. That's my final score. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, like it, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see ya. Peace.